This vlog is a little long overdue. I'm finally getting the chance to sit down and talk to you about what happened in Hong Kong when I went to go see SHINee. I tried my very best to really document my experience seeing the boys for the first time live since I became Shawol. I did not do a very good job, I'll be the first to admit. So I thought what we could do instead is I'll just walk you through everything that happened on my really short trip to Hong Kong, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So let's get started. Good morning and welcome to Hong Kong. I'm here with my mama and these two little chickadees. Say hi, girls.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Wow, my face is overexposed. All right, so today is the day of SHINee World 6. I'm so excited. I have to quickly run and find a ticket dispensary to pick up my ticket at 12 noon, which is cutting it kind of close. And then the venue itself is about an hour away. So I think we're gonna grab a quick lunch and then see what time queuing starts and head on over there. What did I want to do? I turned this on because I wanted to show you my outfit. Give me 1 second. I was a bundle of nerves going to pick up this ticket because they were so strict when I bought the ticket. They had all these rules and they were saying like, you have to present your credit card, you have to pick up the ticket before the event itself. But it turns out it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a like ATM type machine. I didn't need to present ID or my credit card or anything. So honestly, anyone could have gotten it for me as it turns out. I got my ticket! Let's go! If you're ever going to anything that's happening at the Asia World Expo, they actually have special rates for people who are having events there that allow you to, I think it's like almost half off to have a same day ticket. So you can save money in that way. So that's what I did. I went and I purchased the same day ticket. All you have to do is present your in my case, concert tickets to prove that you have an event happening at the expo. And then it's like a really comfortable, chill train ride. It took maybe 40 minutes. They even have Wi-Fi on the train, so you can make use of that and just like watch something while you're waiting, which of course I did not do because I was trying to conserve battery before the concert. Before going to the concert, the event organizers actually sent an email with like all these rules that had to happen for the event, and they kept saying you can't bring a backpack. We highly suggest that you don't bring a backpack. And I've heard stories, especially from people who watch K-pop concerts in the States, where they don't let you bring in the bigger backpacks. So I brought like this teeny tiny regular bag and I tried to stuff as many of my essentials as I could in the bag. Turns out I didn't need to worry. There were people bringing like giant tote bags and regular backpacks and everything, and nobody stopped them and it was fine. And when I went to line up, everything was super organized. When I got there, the line for my queue was already full. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be at the back of the line because I don't wanna be rude and then cut in because obviously these people have been here for several hours. But soon after I arrived, there was an organizer who came in and asked us all to line up according to the number on our ticket. Everyone was very nice. Everyone was very civil. We were just taking turns showing each other our tickets and being like, oh, what number are you? I'm 345. Oh, you're ahead of me. So and then just very politely lining up to get into the venue and then waiting for our turn, and then calmly walking in, and nobody was shoving, nobody was rushing. I ended up with a really good spot. I was fairly close to the stage. It wasn't barricade. I didn't want to push my way forward to try and get barricade. We still had about 2 hours to go while we waited for the concert to start. Everyone was just kind of on their phones with their friends in their own little bubbles, and I was too much of an introvert to like introduce myself to the people around me. So they gave me banners. I got tired standing around, so I just kind of put that on the floor, and then I ended up sitting for about 2 hours trying to conserve my energy while I waited for the concert to start. And once the concert started, everyone just like pulled out their phones and lifted their hands, and everyone was more or less like my height or taller, especially the people in front of me. So all I could see was like a sea of heads, especially if they were on the main stage, which was like at the back of the expo. I couldn't see the band at all. You can't really see the 2 jumbo screens as well. So the only way that I could actually see them, especially when they were further back from me, was to look through my phone. Like I had to lift my phone and then zoom in, and then I could see them. And then every time they would approach and come closer to the audience, then I could see them if I was tiptoeing the entire time. I didn't really want to focus on the fact that, oh, I can't really see them. It's getting really hot. There's so many people around me. I decided I want to make the most of this situation. So I put away my phone, I put away my camera, and I just kind of had like a little mini dance party surrounded by all these giants around me, and then decided to just have a good time in that way. So it was still like a fun experience in the end. So after the last song, when they started talking, I started to make my way to the back because all of the ments were in Korean, obviously, but also translated in Cantonese, which I don't speak. So it's not like when you're watching it online where there are subtitles. Like if I don't know what you're saying, it's gonna be a lot less interesting for me. So I didn't feel the need to stick around for that. Once I got to the back though, they suddenly did like a surprise encore, which I was not expecting. So I hung around and I ended up at the back of the standing area. It was so much more comfortable. There was more space. You can see them on stage. They're small, but you can see them. You can see the monitor, so you can still get close-ups. My friend told me that I should try to stand in the back, but I was too afraid to give up my space, like worried that it would be the same situation, but then I'd just be further away. I should have listened to her. I should have moved to the back. It would have been a much more enjoyable experience for me in the end. But I honestly still enjoyed myself despite all the difficulties I encountered along the way. I am glad that I did it, because every time I would see them have a concert and I'd just be at home watching it, I would get massive FOMO, and now I feel like that's not gonna happen. So the next day, I was able to hang out with my mom and my nieces who joined me on this trip. It was such a rainy, gloomy day. I kind of got turned around when we were leaving the MRT, and I ended up in the Hong Kong Museum of Art, which was such a happy accident because, one, it gave us shelter from the rain, which was really nice. We ended up eating at this restaurant called Hue, which was a little pricey, but the food was very good. So we had like a little snack there while we tried to figure out what we were gonna do for the rest of the day. Such a good time looking around and seeing all the exhibits that they had prepared. I especially loved all the mixed media pieces, all the sculptural pieces. I feel like I'm really learning to appreciate this type of art more and more as I grow older. And another lovely surprise was the girls enjoyed themselves just as much as I did, which I was not expecting, because whenever I would bring up going to a museum in the past, they weren't really as open to the idea, but this time it was really nice to see them enjoy themselves as well. My favorite piece in this entire exhibit, I guess because it was the most interactive one, was when we were leaving. We were exiting down this hallway and I noticed a little bronze telescope facing what looked like an empty room. And it wasn't an empty room at all. Instead, there was this floating city, like a miniature floating city, and it had lights positioned inside of it that when it was projected out into the wall, so the city would slowly revolve, and it looked like the Hong Kong skyline on the wall in silhouette. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. And that is pretty much everything that I filmed for my Hong Kong trip, because the rest of the time we really just spent shopping and eating and hanging out as a family. So it isn't much of a vlog, I know, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you for joining me on this trip, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!